my motherfucking patience and I can't take this no more. No more. Bitch, you test my motherfucking patience and I can't take this no more. No more.
Happy Thanksgiving. Tomorrow. What's good? It's feedback night. Before you overfeed yourself, damn it. Turkey day tomorrow. Music feedback night tonight. It's going down. Or it's not going down. And that's okay too. Whatever's good for you.
Bitch, you test my motherfucking patience and I can't take this no more. No more. Bitch, you test my motherfucking patience and I can't take this no more. No more.
Well, shit. We're gonna work on some beats. If no one pulls up on us, that's fine. We're gonna flip over here and work on some beats, baby.
Bitch, you test my motherfucking
Cut that
patience
bitch
and I
off.
can't take this no more. No more. Bitch, you test my motherfucking patience and I can't take this
Ooh, that's
no
what I gotta ban the word popular and kid.
more. Bitch, you test my motherfucking patience and I can't take this no more.
I'm banning the word popular and kick. Hold up. Let me work on that real quick. Hey, hey, yeah, What's up, Love Clarity? You got permissions now. There it is. Hey, alright, cool. Fix that bullshit on kick real quick. Hey, hey, yeah. There it is in the club. I see you. Boom, boom, boom. Keem, it just opened. It just opened. You're green lighted, dude. Go for it. Hey, yeah. Hey, love clarity. I see you, player. Appreciate you pulling up on both sides. I'm chilling. How you living, man? Vicky, what's good?
Happy Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving. Eat some turkey. Then get to big chillin'. Chillin'. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Hey.
Happy Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving. Have some turkey. Then get to big chillin'. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Better eat everything, dude. How many songs can I send? Like 2? Usually 1, man. I usually do 1 free one per stream. Otherwise, I get flooded with people's entire catalog. You know what I'm saying? I do 1 free one per stream. If you pay for skips, then you can do others. But 1 free one per stream is the common theme. First time I've caught you hella early. Normally it's like 3 hours deep in the stream when I pull up. W. All right, well then shit. Let's run it up then. We just got 3 here. This will be a quick night for me. This will be an easy one, gang. Easy work. Hell yeah. I'm into that, dude. Let's see here. Starting with Vicky. Vicky, if you guys don't know what Vicky does, Vicky takes old music from Indonesia usually, from the 80s, and he rips it digitally from like records or tapes, pulls it into the DAW, and then he uses AI to separate the stems, and then he puts a better mix on it. W piracy. Yeah, but then he re-releases it as a remaster for everybody. He doesn't add any music to it. He just makes the mix cleaner. And claims all the money. Well, there's no one really knows about these bands, but part of it's because they don't have a digital footprint. So he's helping them get a digital footprint. I think it's going to get him a gig at some point, right? I think it's going to land him a job if he keep doing shit like this. There's going to be some label in Indonesia that's going to be like, yeah, we should fucking bring this guy on full time, dude. You change the link, you motherfucking piece of Galaxy Tones, what's good with you, gang? Steal the entire catalog and flee to Mexico. You're assuming somebody wants it, right? There's very few that actually want it. But, bro, there's some good samples in this music. This is like 80s funk and disco from Indonesia. It's usually what he goes for. Let's see what he did this time. This is Santun Petaka Remastered, Draft 4. And it's a FLAC file, so it's going to take 45 minutes to play. Let's check this out. 45 minutes. Of course, Vicky. Bug John Bun. What's up, dude? Not my name at all. Not even close, real McShay. It was not close at all. good, dog?
Sampai tak semanis diraku satu petaka. Awan pujangga simpati sucikan memandu aku akan terasa tanpa memandang walau citra indah tercintai.
Very nice. All right. I like the musicality that they got going on here with this song. It's very much like a very 80s kind of like clean 80s funk, right? It does need more things jumping out at us on the drums especially. I feel like where it's like an overcompressed sort of brick of drums. There's no pockets for things to open up and feel loud and then quiet, loud, quiet. So I would try to get a little more sub punch on the kick. I would also parallel compress the drums and lead vocal. The snare is in a decent spot. It's just not very consistent. That's not on you. This is like on the original mix. But I would try to get a little more womp out of this and see if I can get some more peaks to pop out. I really wish that buzzy polysynth wasn't as wide as it is. It's like way on the right ear. But I don't know if you can do anything about that or how separated you have things with the software you're using. And then the bass, I'd probably want that to feel a little more important in here. And I'd probably use like a low-high compressor on that, like a Waves MV2 style compressor. Again, I think your reference is going to be that like Zapp and Rogers song that I showed you last time. Which one? It was God damn it, I always forget the name of this song. Just because of how they got the... You forgot to replace the vocalist note. Well, he can't do all that, dude. What's good with you, Unknown? Here we go again, dude. Doesn't like Indonesian singers, dude. It's low key offensive at this point, but it is what it is, man. Dude, it's one of my fucking ringtones. TC song. I always forget the name of it. TC song. Yeah. How you gonna shorten the synth when you 6'2"? Right? So the way they got depth in this drum mix in this joint. Look at that Jerry curl, dude. It's an amazing Jerry curl. You can hear how the kick just feels separate, right? The kick feels like it just kind of spikes out at you. Snare is nice and heavy, spikes out at you as well. That's what's missing from this joint, right? So I would use this as like a frame of reference for 80s style drums to get them really knocking. This is a great reference. So that's Zapp and Roger, specifically Roger Troutman, TC song. Couple of bangers on Roger's solo album people don't know about. Like Emotions as well. Complete banger, dude. Complete banger. Lesser known banger right here. Right? He made I Want to Be Your Man. It was like, I'm gonna do that again. So yeah. Yeah, fire. This is actually off the same album, they just have a different cover on this joint. Yeah, man. I think that's all I got for you though, G. I appreciate you, Vicky, getting us started strong, G. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Hey. All right. Big ups. Big ups. We got I'm gonna hit Love Clarity because he been waiting for many streams, and then we're popping over to the skips. We got In the Club, produced by Circus. This is Love Clarity. Let's peep game.
Oh, she tryna ride with the game. I was just tryna count on my rights. Oh, girl, I heard the way that you're moving, so I just call right back. We in the club tonight, so I say the drinks on me. Girl, I'm tryna see how you feeling, cause all I'm feeling is yours. Go, go, go. She throw that ass in a circle, but she want me, and I need her. If she get out of line, cause show her to lead her. Oh, she tryna run with the game. I was just tryna count on my rights. Oh, girl, I heard the way that you're moving, so I just call right back. We in the club tonight, so I say the drinks on me. Girl, I'm tryna see how you feeling, cause all I'm feeling is yours. Go ahead and hit the plug, I need big blunts. Sick of talking about the ghost when I've been one. Ain't shit to get it poppin' out of strip club. I just hit her chasing on, walking out with 10 up. She don't know I got it for real. Big racks, I don't need a little deal. Talk shit, get inside like I'm well. Saw through the night, kitty getting killed. Oh, she tryna ride with the game. I was just tryna count on my rights. Oh, girl, I heard the way that you're moving, so I just call right back. We in the club tonight, so I say the drinks on me. Girl, I'm tryna see how you feeling, cause all I'm feeling is yours. Oh, she tryna ride with the game. I was just tryna count on my rights. Oh, girl, I heard the way that you're moving, so I just call right back. We in the club tonight, so I say the drinks on me. Girl, I'm tryna see how you feeling, cause all I'm feeling is yours.
Teriyaki Chicken Boys. Hell yeah, dude. They probably make some bangers, dude. The Teriyaki Chicken Boys. That sounds fire, dude. Dude, look at these girls here, right? Is she eating She have a sushi roll in the club, and she's drinking Casamigos. What's happening here? This is like $140 bottle of tequila right here with a bell at the top. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that shit right there. It's pretty good. But yeah, they're like a Mexican restaurant eating sushi. What the fuck's going on here? I'm confused, man. And which one of them is the singer? Neither one. Neither one of them. I'm sure they're great girls. Yeah, so this is this has good energy to it. The beat's okay. I'm not mad at the beat. I think the beat could have more high harmonics on it. I would probably build some drops into this too. It feels very repetitive in terms of the beat. To kind of break things up a little bit and give us this song it really needs song structure though. If it's something I did nothing with the beat, just vocals, well, we have to start changing that. Even if you're going to do vocals on a song, start finding ways to build drops, cutting the beat out certain spots, filtering the beat, just making the whole song feel like it moves and has motion. Doing things with intention, right? So start doing something with the beats and vocals. I think a big one for you, yeah, drops. Yeah, 100%. That's what they call it in if you start engineering for people. If you're making a rap song with people that come in the studio, they go, yo, I need a drop right here. It doesn't have to be EDM drops. Like EDM fucking invented the word drops. If you drop the beat out, that's a drop. Okay? EDM calls a drop a thing where the beat just starts going, right? But originally, we called the other shit drops. Giving you a hard time on purpose? How dare you, dude? How dare you? Yeah, so main thing for you, man, as an artist, start showing more teeth when you record, right? If you did this with more conviction, like and more character, just showing more teeth and enunciating more, I think it would make this even more elevated, energy wise. It feels like you recorded yourself almost, or if you recorded with someone, they didn't know what to tell you to push you out of that comfort zone to get the most out of your instrument, right? Because right now your lips are sort of muting your instrument, if that makes sense, right? We got to exaggerate things a little more, and we can get more character. You'll just start doing more with your facial expressions and with your just mouth movements. It's gonna make every take you do more interesting, and there's no plugins for that in post. So I want to make sure that you're being aware of how much can I put into this performance. Do a couple takes where you overdo it and then kind of back off that and find that happy medium. But right now this feels like kind of too much focus on sounding cool and not enough focus on the character of it, like really acting shit out a lot more. So I think there's a lot of opportunities to do more vocally here on the way in, just recording, and a lot of that comes with acting things out and keeping in mind that you're an actor when you're on the mic, and you got to do more with your facial expressions and just body movements. Everything's got to end up coming out through the voice. The vocal mix itself is overcompressed. It just feels like it's not allowing for any kind of loud, quiet interactions to happen with the vocal, so it doesn't feel as natural. It just feels very squished into one little box, and it's only allowed to exist in that little tiny spot, which is making it feel less important, making it feel less human, and making it less exciting, in my opinion. So I would try to back off of that. If you go into the Discord in the mixing video section, this first video that I put up there from Lou Diaz is a great way to look at how to mix vocals for this style of music. And it's really all about using multi-band compression before we go into single band compression. So using multi-band compression to dial in your sound while it's quieter, making sure that we like that quieter signal, and then EQing stuff after that, and then going in and getting much louder with a single band compressor or limiter or both. Hey, Slime Docs, appreciate the follow, gang. Let us know
How you doing?
how you doing. So right now, the other thing that's making it feel less exciting is that we have this saturation applied directly to the signal, it sounds like, right? So that saturation, while it does give you a tone that you might like, you're exchanging that tone for depth, right? So you're taking those spiky peaks that would be in your vocal recording, and you're smoothing out the peaks, which I call it butter knifing. So we're butter knifing are the exciting components of a vocal by bringing in that fuzzy saturation, or even if it's like a tape saturation, it's a little bit of warmth that's in there, but it's, in my opinion, it should be done in parallel. So have the original vocal sitting there, send that original vocal to a return channel. On the return channel, you have that saturation that you want. That way you can dial it in off the return channel, and you can blend it back in later on with the vocal at like a vocal master channel. That's what I would do to achieve some saturation. You can even take that saturated version and kind of push it out wide with a spreader, and now you have like a clean vocal up the middle, and then you have some of that saturation sound blended in with it on the outsides. It's gonna sound larger, and it's gonna have that tone you want as well, while still having the excitement and clarity of a well-recorded vocal. Because I don't think the recording's fucked up. I think it's just in post. We've done too much to affect the vocal to give it, to rob it of that excitement that it should have in the mid-range. This is a big one for you as well, just going forward on songs, right? If you're making songs like this, okay, this is your target audience, right? You want Stacy and Sarah to be stoked about this song while they drink a $150 bottle of tequila at the club, and drive home in their parents' Mercedes. But these type of girls like songs with structure. They don't know that they like that, but they do. They want a defined hook on this song so that they can look this song up later and they remember what song it is, and they had a catchy part that they can't get out of their head, right? But if this whole thing feels like a freestyle, the whole thing from beginning to end feels like I got on the mic, I didn't really have a plan, I just turned on the tune and kind of vibed out all the way across the board, right? That's what it feels like. So if we want to get them to be fans forever, we got to start writing a little more and getting some, getting a section where we have a little more structure to it that gives us a defined hook, right? And I should be able to listen to this once and know where the hook is, right? But if the verse is one vocal, right, up the middle, that's fine. But then the hook comes in and that's also just one vocal up the middle. If I'm not actively listening and paying attention to every word, I'm not going to know if that's the hook or not. And neither will they. Neither will these ladies right here, right? They won't know. So it's okay to have, that vocal up the middle on your hook and then have a unison left, unison right doing the same thing. And if you want to, sometimes people do it with like oohs, like ooh lines in the background, doing more of a thematic thing than just kind of random ad-lib oohs. And I think shit like that, thinking about that kind of stuff, how can I build song structure into my recording process? How can I think about, that's another thing where beat drops would make sense. So that the beat stops for a second, then we go back into a thematic section. You let them know, hey, this is going to be a change here after the end of this verse. Boom, into this. So try to maintain song structure, man. People like 16-bar verses. They like 8-bar hooks, 8-bar bridges. You know what I mean? You can do an 8-bar pre-chorus. Those are like the typical rules, and then you can break the rules from there. But sometimes you got to give them and force feed them things that they'll understand on first listen. And listeners aren't ever actively listening, so we need to make sure that passively the song structure slaps them upside their forehead, and they'll remember your songs a lot more. Because you have some stuff here that could be very, very sticky, very catchy. And I think you need to lean into that and find ways to hack into that to make sure that people take notice of what you're doing. Because I like what you're doing here. Beyond that, I think high harmonics could be incorporated on the beat itself. That's just using maybe just a high shelf EQ, 16K and up, or you could use a free plugin like Fresh Air. That's going to be a saturated version of that high end, the harmonics. That's going to make that sound pretty nice. Lead vocal could use that as well, but some of that might be coming from the saturation plugin or whatever's creating the saturation on the vocal. A lot of those plugins also get rid of some of the high harmonics as they kind of smear the tone anyways. So that's all I got for you, gang. I appreciate you coming through and getting here in time to submit this time. That's Love Clarity, y'all. Big ups. Appreciate it, gang.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Honestly, out of all these things in this photo, I'm most interested in this bottle of tequila. This is the only one that I know will treat me right there. That bottle of tequila, get her hand off of that, and that's the most interesting part of this photo. 100p. 100p. The rest of this will ruin your fucking life. This will ruin your life. This will ruin your life. This could ruin your life, but not if you do it responsibly. Chad, what's good with you? What's good with you? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. All right. Boom, we back. We're doing a skip, and then we're going over to James after that. Hitting the skip from our guy Unknown Fella. Updated mix, carved out some space for a potential artist. The rest can be done after I have an actual vocal on it. Fair enough. Let's see what you got cooking here. We've heard this one before, I'm assuming. We've heard this one before. 146 BPM. Got you.
Will all who wish to die please raise their hands?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's me on the Talkbox there. What's up, Cardo? For sure. Everywhere, dude. Yeah, man. He said we getting the algorithm popping, dude. Josh shows up and just lights up every single one of them, dude.
We do want to fill our stadium up with our guys. I know that we have a good draw for people from out of town. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Blur with how many R's, Blur? Holy smokes. Blur got 15 to 25 R's. Appreciate the raid, gang. Hope you had a wonderful stream, Blur. Blur. That's how we gonna say it. With like 9 R's, dude. I like it. At least 9. Someone got to actually count that. That's gonna bother me. How many R's are in your name, Blur? How do you log in with that username? That would take me forever. That would take me forever. I'd be like, man, wait, was it 12 or 18? Fuck. You could have a bunch of like alternate accounts and nobody would know. No one would know. That's Blur with a bunch of R's. Hey, appreciate the follow as well, Blur.
How you doing?
How you doing, player? If I hold R, it comes up with a little tilde thing. You can't even just hold it. It's 19. See, it's intentional. It's 19 R's, dude. Hit him with the blur. Hell yeah. Blur, what'd you do on stream? What'd you do on stream, Blur? Appreciate you, gang. So yeah, unknown. I don't have much for you. I think I am hearing like a slower, different sounding hat, like more of a natural drum set sort of hi-hat that you transient design to shorten it up a bit. That's just playing like the quarter notes. Because you have this fast one in here. But I'm hearing one that's just going just like keeping time, and it can be like on the other side. If the other one's right heavy doing the ticks, the other one's kind of rooting the groove with it. I like doing that a lot, and you hear a lot of other producers do that stuff too. I think you might benefit from that, having that in there. Not open hats; they're still closed hats. They're not rides either. They're just a different sounding hi-hat that's not like a trap hi-hat. That's just kind of hitting on like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, just simple. It could either just be on where the kick and snare hit, or it could be those quarter notes as well. That's what I'm hearing. Something else in there to kind of help keep time. But it can be like a lower toned hat. It's more of a natural sounding hat than the or tambourine if you want. I don't know. I just hear one of those like live sounding hi-hats, dude. Like let me see if I have one on here. Do we have one on here, dude? One of these, maybe, but not a triple one. Just like a live sounding hat. There's another live sounding hat, and just shorten it up. That's what I mean. Like it's the groove that their head nods to. Give them something to just hold on to, whether their heads are gonna nod to. Like the same sound happening the whole time. You submit in feedback, yes, once you got the permissions there, Cardo. Boom, boom. You got permissions. Well done. Slime got the permissions as well, dude. W. We all got it. We all figured it out, dude. Everybody figured it out. You guys were geniuses tonight, dude. One night before Thanksgiving. Crazy work. Hell yeah, dude. Feedback before we overfeed ourselves. So yeah, that was the one thing I'm hearing with the hat. And then
Big Jibbah.
Jaw, you've gifted 45 subs on Twitch, dude. W gang. Thank you, man. Big dubs right there for Jaw. Big dubs. I think the other thing is, wish I could have did that on Rumble, right? Now that's what I call thankful music feedback with Talkbox. Hell yeah, dude. Welcome, Blur times 19. You might have to automate the sub out of the quick kick sections to get this as loud as you need it to get. There's some sections where you have the quick, right? You kind of do like a couple kicks in a row. I would just be careful with those when you really start to push this mix up as loud as you need it to go. Just automating out the sub portion of the less important kicks that happen there. That's all. That's all, man. But this having some good balance to it. We heard this before, and I've always liked where this is going. This reminds me of like an old, like some shit off of Fight Night from back in the day, dude. Have anybody ever played Fight Night? Remember when they had the sticks, dude? and you had to play with the sticks. You couldn't use buttons. You had the button mashing pussies, and then you had the guys who really knew how to play with the sticks. Fire, dude. I broke a couple controllers playing Fight Night back in the day. But there it is, gang. You remember that shit, Jaw? That game was popping, bro. Using Roy Jones, just fucking. You took too long, fella. That jab got to you. Uh-oh. We having a type fight, dude? I used to love that game, bro. That game was fire. That game was crazy work. Also, I mounted my bass guitar. Look at that. Look at that. I mounted it today. So if it falls off the wall, this will be a sad day. At least we have content. If it falls off the wall, it looks like it's up there pretty good, though. I used 2 zip toggles. For those not familiar with zip toggles, they can hold like 300 pounds in just a piece of drywall, and there's 2 of them in there. So that thing's, I could probably lean on that guitar. It's not coming down. I'm not going to try that, but I probably could. 300 pounds, you say? God damn it, Gavin. What's good with you, Gav? What's good with you, gang? But hey, thank you for sending this through, Unknown.
Thank you.
Gavin, what'd you send? Some fucking based brain rot? God damn it, dude. It's Thanksgiving, dude. Almost. For some, it's already Thanksgiving. For many, it's already Thanksgiving. What are you guys doing? Go cook the turkey, dude. Prepare the turk, dude.
It's just so good. It is actually, it makes me mad how good it is. Man, I love me some pecan pie!
Okay. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. I don't like pecan pie, dude. Personally. I'm not like a pie guy. Unless it's a pizza pie. Those make sense to me. But, you cooked 10 turkeys on Monday and cooked another 11 today. I'm done with them, dude. Fuck turkeys, dude. I've never liked turkeys. Like, I'll do like a sliced turkey for like a sandwich, but I'm not into like baking a big ass turkey. Cooking a big ass turkey, no thanks. That shit's always dry as a motherfucker, dude. I've never had anyone like, I've had like chefs prepare the shit. I still don't like it. Not into it. The only time I've really liked turkey when we had my buddy, the guy who gave me the nickname Big Jibbah. He brought his family over to my family's place for Thanksgiving one year, and he brought the whole rig so he could deep fry a turkey in our backyard. That was insane. That was insane. The Dirty Bird was actually super fire. So if you ever get a chance to deep fry a turkey, don't do it anywhere near your house. Okay, we had it on the back court in the backyard, and it was a good, you know. It can't burn the house down distance away from the house. Looks sketch. I'm glad I wasn't the one doing it, but that shit was delicious, dude. Yeah, it's called a Dirty Bird, bro. We had a regular turkey, and then we also had a Dirty Bird, and there were no leftovers of the Dirty Bird. Let me tell you that. My God, have y'all lost your mind? Dude, deep fried turkey. You know about this? You don't know about that? Deep fried, full turkey, dude. Real shit. Real shit, dude. Look at this thing. That's what it looked like. It looked sketch. It looked sketch, but it was insane. Look at that thing, it's just pissing oil. Yeah, dude. Real shit. And then there's people burning their house down. Of course this guy does it.
There you go. About time to fry this big bird up. I'm gonna give it a little shot up in that thigh there.
Oh my
I like to put it out
God.
and put it in different places.
I already hate this guy.
What we're gonna do is take this turkey, and I'm gonna go from his neck, go down just like that. And what is good, you fry this turkey, you put all the seasoning on here.
These are the kind of white people I'm afraid of.
Crust. All right, y'all, I'm gonna cut this bottle off right now.
These ones scare me.
I'm gonna set this in here real slow. You're gonna hear the sizzle.
You gonna hear it sizzling. Oh, he's gonna burn his house down. Luckily it's a trailer, he can move it. Why are you doing this with no shirt on, bro? What are we doing, gang? He handled
First
that.
thing you do, cut the fire off, cut the gas off. Ain't no hurry, take it out slow.
Oh, he fucking melted. That's too much.
Drain down some.
He didn't burn his
See when
bird.
them legs peel back. All right, y'all.
First thing you do, put a fucking shirt on, dude. That shit is gone, dude. He overcooked that bitch. He got caught up drinking natty lights, dude. Unedible at that point. Yeah, that's not what it looked like when my boy did it. He knew what he was doing. That guy is just making content. He don't even cook. Yeah, from turkey to coal. That guy don't even cook, dude. Yeah, that shit looked like he burnt it. That ain't no dirty bird. That's just nasty. He fucked it up. How you gonna fuck that up, man? That's like, turkeys are like $40, bro. It's crazy. You can't be doing all that. All right, we got Sir Keem Cardi up next with October's very own. Feel like Drake would like a word. Let's check it out.
JP.
Doors over here, doors over here. 22 years, see my life in a chair. Love in the air, love in the air. Everything fine, got my fam over here. 22 years, I'm entitled to this. Fighting for this, fighting for this. 22 years, I've been fighting for this. Fighting for this, fighting for this. I said, see a bond. Nigga, just be gone. Nobody see the fun. Nobody see the bond. I pray to see the sun. I pray to see the bond. I see a nigga gone. I see a nigga gone. Doors over here, doors over here. 22 years, see my life in a chair. Love in the air, love in the air. Everything fine, got my fam over here. 22 years, I'm entitled to this. Fighting for this, fighting for this. 22 years, I've been fighting for this. Fighting for this, fighting for this. I know I'm strong, let me stand up. Propaganda, yeah, with the man gone. In a phantom, yeah, with the man done. I go platinum, yeah, cause I'm handsome. I ain't random, yeah, I command them. Gucci pants on, never drop a bad song. Like I'm Tyson, yeah, Michael Jackson. I'll be dancing, yeah, with the lights off. I see a bond. But nigga, just be gone. Nobody see the fun. Nobody see the bond. I pray to see the sun. I pray to see the bond. I see a nigga gone. I see a nigga gone.
Yeah, man. All right. I see you, Sir Keem. Now this has a lot of the similar issues to like the first one we heard from you last stream. Where I think you're probably getting these beats from somebody, so I'm assuming it's a 2-track. I wish this one wasn't a 2-track, and if you can get the track outs for this type of beat, I would really lean on that, because the beat mix is not doing you any favors right here. The beat mix is a little weird. The hats are really loud, like Unknown Fella pointed out. I agree with that. It's officially Thanksgiving for me as of 17 minutes ago. Well, happy Thanksgiving, Devious. Appreciate you, gang. I'm thankful for you, man. The full velocity piano chords are never my favorite. The beginning of the song features that, where it's just someone on a MIDI keyboard just absolutely slamming the MIDI. They just clicked them in. You can hear that they clicked them in. They didn't even bother touching keys for that. They just slammed them, dude. Straight up. Let's see what that sounds like. If we just slam some keys, you know what I'm saying? Just absolutely smack them up, dude. I don't know. I wish it was a little more like... Right? A little bit more finesse to it. Especially for a song like this, where it was very much, you know, a little bit softer, more R&B leaning. Kick punch is lacking on this beat. It just is not poking through the mix like it should for like a hip-hop song or R&B song. The beat feels like it really needs a drum bus. A lot of the things feel like they're coming from different spots. So the hats are kind of in a different location than where the snare and kick are. And it just feels like there's nothing really gluing those elements together. So again, if this is a 2-track you leased, then you probably have no control of that. But this would be an example of a beat that I wouldn't reach for if the mix is like this on the lease, unless I can get the track outs to fix the problems. Yeah, if it's an MP3 lease, then you're stuck with just a not great beat mix. And then if the beat mix is like this, then I wouldn't want to invest time and money into going to a studio with this, right? $250 for stems. Sheesh. And then they're leasing it to a bunch of other people, bro? Shit, I used to sell exclusives with the stems for $400. So that's there. He's charging, bro. That's wild. And his mixes are not good enough on those MP3 leases. Yeah, I think the vocal's too quiet in the mix. Part of that is that we need subtractive mixing for the lead vocal to have a pocket in the mix among the melodic elements, right? There's no hole cut for you to exist in this. Everything, the piano sounds are frequency masking your vocal. The sample that he has in there, whatever else is going on there, that's pads or whatever, that's all frequency masking the vocal. The vocal should be the most important piece of this mix. It does not feel that way right now. I think a song like this, though, would benefit from pushing your vocal out of this comfort zone that you're in, right? This whole thing is very breathy. And I know that some lines would call for like a breathy character, but a lot of this doesn't call for that. It would sound more confident if more of it came from the diaphragm, right? We talked about that with the last song you sent in, where it had a lot of that as well.
Got my fam over here. 22 years, I'm entitled to this. Fighting for this, fighting for this. 22.
So you're saying 22 years I've been fighting for this, right? There should be some determination in your voice there. 22 years I've been fighting for this, right? There should be like the take should ramp up where it just starts to get more aggressive, right? There should be more there than just you whispering that or just kind of breathy talking that you've been fighting for this. I don't believe you on that particular take, and I would have told you that if I was your engineer recording you with that.
Years I've been fighting for this, fighting for this, fighting for this. I see a bond, a nigga just be gone. Nobody see the fun, nobody see the bond.
So you started to push there, right? On that line. But we're still not opening up that diaphragm. That felt like it was a push for you and you weren't even going that high.
I see a nigga gone.
Yes, it is, Egypt.
I see a nigga gone. Doors over here, doors over here. 22 years, see my life in a chair. Love in the air, love in the air. Everything fine, got my family years, I'm entitled to this. Fighting for this, fighting for this. 22 years.
Okay, so yeah. He got some advanced shit in here with the background vocal and all that. Yeah. He goes to a good studio, but yeah, they definitely they definitely don't have the beat mix very good though. I want to open your diaphragm. No, but we talked about finding your voice and finding your diaphragm. There's a lot of exercises for that on YouTube. If you just kind of look up and Google finding your diaphragm, and you could look up like a program called like Singing Success. They had some videos on it. Yeah, belting. If you watch a video on belting, it is somewhere in there, dude. Everybody has these voices.
It's head voice. And in the commercial world, people will say, yeah, can you give me a little more belt? And for people with our technical background, it's kind of like a curse word. Simply singing straight out of the mouth as high as you can. I can say, ooh, do that.
So you can just watch him teach somebody shit and start doing the shit he's doing. You got to make weird noises, but this is part of learning your instrument.
And here, and think of isolating the mouth. Hey! Hey! Now, there is some importance to this because once you've isolated the mouth, what you've done is you've gotten enough closure that is sympathetic to the resonance. If I say, it's a deeper closure. Do that. So it's a fuller, thicker chord activated.
Yeah.
Until you activate,
they're pushing that diaphragm.
Cords,
that's a slower,
really
steady little bit of air that makes a big sound.
You know,
it's a new feeling.
it is because so far you're like nay 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 nay, and the bottom feels kind of mushy. You know, like you're pushing against a pillow. And that mix is safe, but
So yeah, that's another one. Stevie over here is good too. Stevie has a lot of good videos. You can't even see him because of the text
How
here.
do I add more texture to my voice? A grittier sound. I add a little agitation to it. You can get more emotion out.
So his videos are great as well. He's a really talented vocalist. But yeah, learn a little more from some of these guys that are good with the vocals. That last guy singing is actually a really, really good vocalist. And he has, you can see, you can like do his vocal warm-ups, like, but he's got range. He can go crazy with it. There's Vocal Fry. Diaphragm head voice. Falsetto. Whistle. Yeah, so he even teaches you how to find your whistle register, which, yeah. So yeah, this that guy's stuff is cool to like actually. I don't know how much his class is. I don't know if he still even does that anymore, but you know, his videos are cool. You can like watch him just workshopping with other singers and see them kind of figure things out. I'm not here yet, though. Through my efforts, I will one day, for sure. That's what I'm saying, man. Just the more you unlock your instrument, the more interesting your recordings are going to be, and I think that's a big part of what's missing on the two songs I've heard so far. And you have good ideas, you have solid timing. I just want you to find your voice a little more, and you'll find that eventually you'll make things, and people won't go, "Oh, this sounds like this person. Oh, this sounds like this person." They'll just say, "Oh, who is this?" That's the response you want. You want people to hear your song and go, "That's you singing," right? That's where you want to be, and you can get there. So Keep working on your instrument and you'll get there, man. I appreciate you sending this through. Sir Keem Cardi. W gang.
Thank you.
Bang. Bang. Jibsta. He said, Jibsta. About that time, King. Hey, Ja, happy Thanksgiving to you and your beautiful family. Appreciate you, gang. Have some fun, dude. Have some fun, man, with the kids. Doing your thing. All right, up next, we got a link soon for sure. Alisonic Official, what's good? How you living? All right, up next we got Topher. Is Topher here? I haven't seen Topher say anything. This is Topher right here. Is Topher in the building? Good to see you, fam. Hey, likewise. Likewise. Great to see you as well. Topher. Where are you, Topher? Topher just posted in here and then he went over to the hot tub section of Twitch. Never came back, dude. Never came back. Well, if he comes back, we'll run it up. But if he's not here right now, then we're going to keep it pushing. Slime Docs. Is Slime Doc still in the building? Slime pulled up on us 36 minutes ago, and I got to your song. That's pretty good for me. I'm going to be honest. If you pull up on me for the first time, 36 minutes later, I'm ready to play your song. That's not bad. That's not bad, dude. Some people are on a delay, but yeah, we'll give Slime a chance if he comes back as well. Oh, there's Topher. There's Topher. All right, then Slime has a chance. We're going to run Tophers. And Slime's here too. We're going to run them both. All right, this is Topher with Ultimo Eclipse Zone Trio Triado UST YM2612 plus SN 76489. Couldn't have named it better myself.
Let's do it.
This is an unofficial concept track I did for a hypothetical secret super boss fight. Found the MIDI, look at your MIDI collections. Okay, thought it was fire. Nice. Wait for it. You know, Topher, it always confuses me how come you never want to make like anything other than Sonic the Hedgehog songs. I know you have chops and you can make cool shit, but why do you limit yourself to 8-bit sounds only? And there's not much feedback I can give you mix wise. If you have all these limitations laid into this, can you sidechain anything, or is that outside of the realm of possibilities given your limitations here? So I don't know. I mean, if there is a kick, I can't hear it. I would put a sound from 2025 in there. It can pan. What are you making beats on, dude? A fucking speak and spell? How come there's so many problems that we can't deal with 2025 tools? What had happened, man? I guess I don't understand the lore. And who's gonna know whether you did that or not? I would just sample this into a DAW and fucking and then put the drums over the top of this back section. Personally, you want me? I'll make this knock, dude. I don't know. So I don't know how to help you with this because I don't understand the limitations that you have given your tools. You don't have access to the same tools that I would use to get things popping. I think he doesn't use FL10. He's on Soundation, but it sounds like he's using. He made it 99% accurate to a Sega Genesis, so you're gonna be losing already. Yeah. So including number of channels, channel limitations, instrument types, etc. Like I could use a modern kick, and you fucking should, because no one's gonna appreciate this, other than like 3 people. But if it knocked, though, but if it smacked, dude, you know, then you'd have a wider audience. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, back when I was broke, man, I couldn't picture this. Hell yeah, dude. A little bit of Biggie wisdom there. A little bit of Biggie wisdom. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hear me out. Add some dubstep drums. You'll attract the dubstep kids. Ah, Topher. No ads on YouTube. On your tube. There it is. Yeah, man. So I think given what it is, man, I think you're fine. There's nothing you really do. If you can't sidechain anything, yes, I'm live on YouTube, Kick, Rumble, and Twitch at the same time. Because why the fuck not? None of them pay me. But sometimes you can find new people there. I'm in vertical mode on YouTube. Straight up and down, straight up, straight up, straight up. So I think this is cool, man, but I would try to get the kick out. That's about all I got, dude. I don't even know how to help you here, though, given all the limitations with the MIDI. Boom, 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 boom. There's Cardo, W Cardo. And Morning Man. He said, oh. There it is. Never using Twitch for your streams again. There, W, dude. There it is. Unless you get gifted a sub. Makes sense. Makes sense. Don't support the streamers you like. Just sit there and wait till someone else does. I'm just playing, bro. So yeah, with all these limitations, man, do what you can to get the kick to pull out of there, but unless you layer in an actual kick sound, I don't know if there's any way. It doesn't need a kick, dude. No one's gonna even hear the sloppy kick in there. Just remove it. Just have the hi-hats, a snare, and then keep that bass popping. I think you're good to go. I'll keep the stream open just in case a little gifted slides my way. W gang. But I appreciate you sending this through, Topher.
Thank you.
Egypt is back in the building. Hey, all right. Up next, we got Slime Docs. Slime Docs with Ethereal Dreams. Ethereal Dreams. I said it first try. I mean, I'll use punchier kicks. Yeah, use real kicks. Just use real ones. Not those 8-bit joints, you know what I mean? Them 8-bit joints are tough, dude. It's tough to work those out. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Here we go. We got Cardo with Scared Song. We're going to download this for a visualizer. Back on Twitch. Twitch is just better. It's just a wider angle, you know? Big screen is better. You also have big screen on Kick and big screen on the Rumble stream as well. I need to actually get in, I need to start streaming differently in Rumble so that I can be, I'm eligible now for the Rumble Creator Program, and they'll pay me hourly to just fucking stream. That's crazy. To like no one. Streamed like no one on Rumble. Getting paid hourly is crazy. Slime's in the building. Oh, of course he is. Yeah, I knew that. We're downloading his song so I can send it to Suno when I'm done. Kidding. It's so that we get a visualizer. Don't work hard, work smart, or don't work at all. All right, this is Scared Song from our guy Slime Docs. It's Peep Game. What's good with the orgies?
What if I told you I was scared? Will you be there?
Oh, this is your song. I got you. I skipped Slime. I'm sorry. I'll go back to him.
Yeah. What if I told you I was scared? I was scared. Will you be there? Sometimes it's okay to be scared. I get stuck in my head, I don't think that I would dare to kill myself. Think I need some help now. Drowning in my problems on this planet I call hell. I call out for help. They don't wanna help me out. All they wanna do is fuck me over and give me doubt. I can't take that no more, I gotta get up in the clouds. My girl will never doubt. Yeah, and she will always be there. Yeah, she help me with my problems. Let me know it's okay to be scared. So what if I told you I was scared? Would you still be there? Yeah. What if I told you I was scared? I was scared. Will you be there?
The fucking speaker went down the hallway. W. Very cool there, Cardo. Let me hear a little more of this joint right here. Hold on, because I was sorting that issue out. I heard something. I wanted to write this down.
I would dare to kill myself. Think I need some help now. Drowning in my problems on this planet I call hell. I call out for help. They don't wanna help me out. All they wanna do is fuck me over and give me doubt. I can't take that no more, I gotta get up in the clouds. My girl will never doubt, yeah, and she will always be there. Yeah, she help me with my problems, yeah. Let me know it's okay to be scared. So what if I told you I was scared? Would you still be there? Yeah, what if I told you I was scared? I was scared. Will you be there?
All right, W, got that. Let's see, one more thing here. All right, let's talk about it. So yeah, I do like the drum mix you have on here. I like the sound selection. You've done a good job there. Sounds like you made the beat. That's fire. First note was that the vocal performance is pretty cool. I'm not mad at that. But I think the reverb and delays that are on that, or the ad-libs, whatever's going on, there's just so busy in the background. There's so much going on. I would definitely try to dial that back with the reverb and delays. I mean, I like how they sound when there's room for them to exist, but I don't like how they sound when there's more words from the lead vocal coming in, and we're still hearing the delays from the last line. So what I would do is, if those delays and reverbs are happening on a return channel, I'm going to set a single band compressor, a sidechainable single band compressor right after the reverb, and another one right after the delay on those return channels. And I'm going to have those triggered by the lead vocal. So the lead vocal is sending to those channels in order to get that reverb, right? But then it's also sending to that sidechain to turn down the reverb while that lead vocal is happening. And then when there's gaps in the lead vocal, splash, your reverb is allowed to snap through. But just because it feels like the voice just kind of goes close to us, away from us, close to us, away from us. And there's just this, we never get to hear the depth, because that vocal's always got some shit going behind it. So yeah, you got to just keep that in mind, that lead vocal is very important, and it's got to feel closer to us for most of the mix. I wish that the vocal itself had a little bit more low mids. I think we rolled a little too much off here for like the sake of having it be kind of a vibe, I guess. But I always like when we hear a little more of a human sounding vocal. It sounds like there's a lot of texture there in your voice. And you're only giving us, 70% of it. So I'd like to hear a little more of that. When we have these long droning sort of, I call them like Migos ad-libs, where there's like, right on the outside, pick a vowel. Then we could actually like do harmonies on it maybe, or it just sounds more professional when we pick a vowel, right? So if we're hitting like a UGH sound on the outside, like we're just kind of messing around with the tune. It sounds cool when we do that. I'd prefer if it was like an actual defined vowel, right? A, ooh, e, even a hum, right? Something like that. But I was hitting like a. It just kept. If we're gonna morph from one vowel to another, just make it intentional, so it seems like more planned. Between ow and o. Right? Jibbah, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Thank you, Real Nick Shea. W, gang.
Big Jibbah.
Hey, Dusk. With the gifty. I appreciate you, gang. And he gave it to Topher. Look at that. Someone pays attention. That's a skip, gang. I owe one more here in the regular line, and then if you got a skip for us, Dusk, we got you covered, G. Yeah. Real Nick Shea, shut up, man. Don't you have in there? Isn't some hot tub streamer going right now? What you over here for? How dare you? How dare you? Also, good to see you, man. Happy Thanksgiving. So yeah, the snare has good high harmonics on this beat. The lead vocal needs the high harmonics as well. It just isn't in there right now. And then the bass, in my opinion, could probably stand up a little more in the mix. I would use like a single band limiter on the bass and just barely touch it with the limiter. And see if that doesn't kind of inflate it and pull it up a little higher. And then just make sure that your side chain is clean of kick through the bass. I think that's already happening because that kick sounds like it's in a pretty good spot. So, W, man. I like what you're doing here. I do like what you're doing here. So keep it up, G. Keep it up, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Nah, you good. I'm still on AI bullshit. I'm like 50-50 on it. Hey, that's fine, Slime. Don't worry about that. I got that OnlyFans money. OnlyFans money. Why everybody want me to play that shit? That's fucking the Ocean ruined it. I sent it to him, dude, so he can do a remix. Cause that's wild. All right, we have to play this Ethereal Dreams from Slime. Boom. Putting your song in the Suno folder, and we are going to empty the Suno folder. That goes right to Timbaland. Boom, here we go from Slime. We got Ethereal Dreams. Hype Train just started. Well, thanks, gang. Who did that? Who did that? Who hype trained it, dude? Who did the choo-choo train, dude? Real Nick Shay, I'm probably gonna spend the holiday alone. Aw, dude. How come, dog? How come, dog? Your girl kicked you out? Your girl finally kicked you out, huh? When you come to America, we gotta make a YouTube video. Look at that. Look at that. Alice Sonic's already just making plans. Look at that. Y'all know each other from somewhere else, right? Another stream. And we got a smoke on it too. Smoking on the video, dude. Crazy work. All right, let's check out what Slime Doc's got cooking here for us. This is Ethereal Dreams. Are you gonna get Mark Zero to do it too? Hit this weed, dude. I was realizing it doesn't give us a doesn't give us a visualizer for some reason. I'd hop on this one, right? This sound like a Christmas soundtrack. Oh, 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 Merry Christmas. The bells put me in Christmas mode. It's beautiful though. This feels like an empty toy workshop, right? This is the conflict section of the Christmas story. This is wedding music, like before the wedding starts, just playing in the background. Oh shit, I see my cousin in the corner at the wedding. Yeah, I can see that. Wait, you deleted Twitch, Nick? There you go. I don't know. For some reason, a name like Slime Dogs, I thought we were going to get like some Young Thug style like rap song. And I was not. This was out of left field for me. I like it though. I can dig the ambiance, dude. Now I will say, I think the main focus for you on stuff like this is creating pockets for the different elements in here, right? And to create pockets, we have to do some sonic separation. And the best way really to achieve sonic separation is through using different reverbs with different spaces. It feels like a lot of things are going through either the same reverb plugin with slight modifications, so they kind of have the same stamp on them, or they're all going and setting to the same reverb, and then you have everything existing in the same, hall or whatever, and it doesn't give us much separation because everything gets the same stuff kind of attached to the tail end of that sound, right? So everything just kind of starts to wash together, and it doesn't have that separation that you really want for us to fully appreciate as listeners all the different sounds going on here. So that's the first one I'd work on for compositions like this, is sonic separation. I would use something to get more sub bass out of that upright bass VST you're using. Something like Waves R Bass or the Bark of Dog free plugin. Doesn't it make everything cohesive? No, it makes it sound like it's all one part of the same instrument. If you have like a bunch of like background vocals, you want them to feel meshed together, I use that technique. But if I have a piano and I have a string and I have a bell, I don't want those all going to the same reverb, right? Think about it this way. If you had those all playing in the same orchestral room, right, and you have microphones on all of them, they're going to all have different reverb. Even though they're existing in the same room, one of them is going to be mic'd in a different spot, and it's going to have different reflections coming back to that microphone. It's going to be a different microphone going through different hardware that's going to sound different than the microphone on the piano in another section of the room that's going to be getting different reflections. So that's how you get so much separation when you're recording these real sounds. So you want to build that in. You want to build that into your mixing techniques for stuff like this. If you're using VSTs to do orchestral, ambiance, whatever, because that'll trick the listener's ear into thinking that we have a much bigger sound in recording by separating all these sounds. That's why people like the analog gear, is because it puts a different stamp on everything and things feel more separated. If you go back and listen to mixes from the 80s, it's easy to pick apart the synth line, the guitar line, the horn line, the string line, the everything, the bass, the different elements of the drums, because everything is so separated from how it was mixed outside the box, how it was recorded on the tape. Everything has its own little textures to it, right? And so we need to fake that on the digital side. So a good way to do that is through sonic separation, using different reverb plugins with different sound, different spaces. So maybe my piano sound has a small room, and then my strings have a small hall, and then my bells are on like a plate verb, right? So they're all in the different reverbs. It kind of gives these different textures, different pockets of the mix for listeners to pick those sounds apart, and puts a different it just puts a different stamp on each one. Orgy says Jibbah is so smart it's sexy. There it is. There, that's what I needed. That's the boost I needed. So yeah, when we do that, I would focus on using smaller reverbs. This right now, the massive reverbs are making this sound crowded, not big. And then the last note for you, this can be much louder. And that's just, for something like this, you can use a single band limiter, like on your stereo bus or master fader. You can also use a multi-band limiter on a composition like this with no drums. This is the one application where a multi-band limiter would make sense. So something to consider, but this just needs something to push it up a little more. And I would mix while it's louder. I would mix into a limiter, because then you'll know what it's actually going to sound like turned up, and you'll be able to spot your problems a little more, and that'll kind of help you as well. So W track though so far, Slime. Appreciate you sending this through.
Thank you.
When he says that, he means put the bells on a plate and live record it. I promise that's what he means. That's right, yeah. The THC starting to flow through me. Hell yeah, dude, what are you doing? Are you dabbing? Are you smoking flower? What's going on here? I used to work at a dispensary for like 5 years in San Diego. I started out in the shop and then I ended up in the marketing room. So I know way too much about different cannabis things. And then we were a big production facility as well. And I was the one ordering packaging from China. So I know a lot about packaging for no reason as well, and graphic design. THC, the hemp company. There is no THC in hemp. Am I coming up in the world? Yes. On this line? I don't know. We'll see. I'm off the Zaw, says Real Nick Shea. So what happened, Real Nick Shea? You were on Twitch last night. I think I saw you in a stream somewhere. Pretty sure, dude. And then your girl caught wind of the stream you were watching and she was like, it's over. Delete your Twitch, dude. That's crazy control right there. Okay, you smoke dabs and flower. There you go. I can't dab, dude. I hated dabbing. That shit would that's just like a fucking panic attack. I feel like you're smoking crack. It's like there's too much preparation. You got to heat up some glass and shit. That's too much for me. Right? Give me like a hemp wick and a bong. I'm good to go. That's what I used to do. Don't need to do all the other. That other shit was too much for me. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we got Devious. He says, take your pick. The YouTube video is a score for a monologue to introduce the storyline of the Devious universe. The SoundCloud link is an outro mashup of my 2 favorite releases from the year. I intend to release the YouTube video before the SoundCloud link, but the track on SoundCloud will be posting everywhere, so I'll have more exposure to whichever one you pick to feedback, which works for me. Okay. So one of them is a score. We just heard a score. We just heard a score, so we'll go with this joint right here. I'm high already. The dabs work. W. She doesn't trust me, I guess. Feels terrible. Man. She sounds like she's insecure right now. Egypt, you're 48, I'm assuming. Okay, so we're going this song and then we're going to you. So you're second in line. You're on deck, Egypt. All right, we're going to run this one from Devious here. This is Fragments of Us, The Last Transmission, 2025.
System notice. Year 2025. Archive complete. Initializing final outbound transmission. Compiling memory fragments. 2 primary signals detected. I needed you and lost in your crazy. Emotional data stored as fragments of us. Echoes of connection preserved in orbit. Transmission status. End of the story for 2025. Classification. The last transmission. To all listeners across the network, you are not noise. You are the pattern in the static.
Let's go with you, Illy.
Final log. Last transmission of 2025 sent. Calculating new trajectory. Coordinates locked. For 2026.
When I needed you, I needed you.
What's up, Zay? Happy Thanksgiving, player.
When I needed you, I needed you. Most people crazy. When I needed you, I needed you. Most people crazy. When
but the story remains unfinished. These echoes will remain, suspended in memory, waiting for a new resonance. Stand by. This connection is closing, but the frequency is never truly gone. Old parameters released. New alignment detected. New protocol uploading.
Man, that was cool, dude. That was super cool. The vocal sounds like the lady from. It sounds like the girl from. What's her name? Like Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones. It sounded like her voice. I know it's probably not, but it sounded like her, dude. Wasn't that her name? Brienne of Tarth. Sound like this girl, dude. Straight up. Was this your voice, Inspro?
7 blessings. I'm Brienne of Tarth. This is Podrick Payne.
Sound like her, dude. Sounded like Stacy to me. It sounded like robot version of Brienne of Tarth, dude. She looks like one of my buddies in this, so we just call him Brienne now. He'll never live that down. Like literally has the same haircut, same person basically. Yeah, man. This is really sounding cool though. It's really nice. I just showed something that sounded like something that sounded like it could be an elegant AI. Yeah, no, it does. I like the sound there on that. The voice they have there. The nice sonic separation, the melodic elements for sure. All I really noticed was some sibling issues on the female vocal at like the 2-minute mark, and then again on the male vocal following her. Those two vocals feel like they don't have a good enough pocket to sit in. So I would say the melodic elements are frequency masking the singing vocals there at that 2-minute mark and beyond. And those they could probably just maybe use some parallel compression to pull them forward, and then also do some subtractive mixing and sidechain them through the melodic elements there, so that we never have to like strain to hear what's going on. That's my only real note. Like everything else has a lot of polish to it. It's just when we got there, things were a little essy and hard to understand them through the big stack of melodies there. The Automod is killing us on Orgy's name, but they let Orgies have the name Orgies, which is hilarious. Yeah, they're both mid-heavy vocals, so it's hard to blend them into the strings. I'll sidechain them with the melodic W. Yeah. Just for stuff like that, I use something like the Waves Curves Equator, which is just Soothe too, but not as good and only $40. I got it for $20 when I got it. So things like that. It's a multi-band that's gonna listen and find the exact range of the vocal and sidechain that joint through the melodic elements. You're well on your way, Devious. This is very cool, man. I appreciate you sending this through, gang. We'll be excited to hear the project when it's done.
Thank you.
W. Everything sucks, says Real Nick Shea. Even though it's vague, any advice? You didn't give me the full rundown, dude. Okay? So your girl said you got to get off of Twitch. And here you are watching streams on YouTube. So that didn't work. So you guys had like a blow up. And she canceled your plans for Thanksgiving, I'm assuming. Which means, did she catch you watching a lady streamer? Is that what happened? Were you watching a female streamer? I think if you date someone who doesn't understand streaming, that can be problematic. They assume you're just like staring at OnlyFans or something. But I don't know. I never ran into that. He said maybe. That's probably I think that's exactly what happened. You know who? Okay, so she saw you watching. We'll say the name rhymes with manifest. And typically, if a girl just gets a glimpse at that, she's gonna be upset with you. So that's what's happening there. I don't know, man. I think, you know, you got to just do what you got to do. If she's going to be upset about little shit like that, there's going to be so many other little things. If you're always walking on eggshells to please somebody, you're never actually going to please somebody. She's got to let you be you. You know what I'm saying? But you kind of fucked up there. I got to be honest with you, dude. That's never a good look. There may not be coming back from that for a little bit. You might just let it cool. You know what I'm saying? But when you do talk to her again, just make sure to don't defend yourself. Just listen to what she got to say. And then once she's cooled down and ripped off all of her stuff, then you can explain your point. But if you try to defend everything she's saying while she's talking, she's gonna get upset. That's all I'm saying. So you'll have to, when you speak to her, you'll have to remove your ego. Just disconnect, right? Just be like water, real Nick Shea. Be like water, all right? Water allows things. Be like water, all right? When water in a river approaches rocks, all right, it doesn't try to defend itself from the rocks. It just goes around it, and then over time, hundreds of years, it starts to reshape the rocks, dude. There it is. You're on Danny Rest, dude. It's like house arrest, but you can't watch your favorite streamer. When water waters, it does water things, yes. That's what I'm saying. But emotionally be like water, especially in a relationship. Just go with the flow. Let things go. All right, we got Egypt 48. Been waiting patiently. Let's check this out. This is She Bad ukulele version. I didn't think that was gonna hear that. You don't hate that streamer. You love that streamer. Let's check this out. What's up, Cardota? Oh, it's Cardo. Gotcha.
The first time we met on the Harmony block, when I kissed you one time and my whole world just stopped. When I put my hands and I wrapped my arm around ya, held you tight, girl, do you remember? Yeah, don't ever wanna let you go, but it broke my heart when I seen you with that other dude. That you were my one and only. That girl is a cold leaf. So I was sitting on the block, sipping the 40, chilling with the homies. Yeah, that's when I met this new girl named Wanda James. She made me see new things. She bad, she bad, she bad. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. 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 Hey, I said Wanda J made me see new things. We talk in exchange, then I took her on a date. But she did the same thing that you did, girl, to me. Cause she bad. She bad, she bad, she bad. Yeah. She bad. She bad, she bad, she bad. Yeah.
with the ukulele reggae right there, kind of. That was a different vibe. I can't say I've heard anything like that before. Very cool, though. Very cool idea. This is the type of stuff they think that you're singing to Tanacrest. And we know who you're talking about, Real Nick Shay. Okay, you don't have to keep hiding her name. We know who it is. All right. Also, we have some love. We have some love in the chat right now. We have some love in the chat between Althasonic Official and Orgies. W. Have you seen The Age of Disclosure, Jibbs? The Age of Disclosure. 2025 film? Definitely not. I haven't watched anything new. Oh yeah, about the 80-year global cover-up of non-human intelligent life. Dude, this has been... I already know about all this shit. I already know about all that, dude. They've been having a program. It's not the Men in Black, but it's close. They've been having that, dude. But no, I need to watch that documentary for sure. That shit's interesting to me. I know they be stealing shit. I don't even think it's aliens. I think it's just ancient humans. There's some artifacts they found that were actually like, oh damn, we can't even do this. Guys, the moon landing was fake. It was directed by Michael Bay to build hype for Transformers Dark Side of the Moon. Clearly, dude. Clearly. So I got a couple questions here for you, gang. Yeah, it's so cool, but wasn't mind-blowing. Okay, nice. Well, yeah. But yeah, there's been plenty of those guys from those programs. Once the NDAs ended, they've gone public with shit, and most people just didn't care. That's funny. That's the funniest part about it. They go public with things, and people just don't care. Did you play this to a click track? Was the ukulele recorded first, and then we went back and sang, or did we do both things at the same time? This song made me relapse, says Real Nick Shay. That's wild. That's wild. On what? What were you addicted to? Fun Dip? I would assume Fun Dip. You seem like a Fun Dip addict. This should be played to a click track, so there's a constant tempo throughout. I would have you play the ukulele part first, and then do vocals over that later. Personally, instead of doing both at the same time. I don't know how this went down. If that's the way it went down, could have been. Fun Dip stinks. I agree. It's just sugar. Just high fructose corn syrup powder. Gross. It feels like we got a little too close to the mic on some of these vocal takes. All right, some of these you're absolutely eating the cardioid on the microphone, and that's bringing in proximity effect and saturation, and you're clipping your mic as well. The ukulele is also mic'd too close as well. I'm hearing like every string smack on that thing. Those should have a little bit more of a little further back. Give some air. Let things travel through air a little bit, and you're gonna get a cleaner recording to deal with. We don't really need the closest thing in the world. I mean, with the vocal, you want to be like a fist distance off the cardioid. With a acoustic string instrument like that, then you can be a little further back than that, even to pick up some of the room that it's in, to make it sound a little more natural. So I'd love to know what your miking situation was for the uke. Also, did we tune the ukulele before recording? I hear some things that are kind of teetering off pitch on the ukulele. So I would make sure that if we're going to do a recording with the uke, that we just dial in our tune before we get started. The high harmonics are lacking on the vocal. It feels like there's saturation on the vocal. I don't know if that's something you're doing in post, or if it's something that is happening from recording too close to the microphone, but there is some saturation there that doesn't really make sense for the style of song you have here. I'm not saying it's wrong. It just kicked in my error correcting codes. I said, why would we treat that like that? The ukulele has a lot of high harmonics because we're hearing every pluck of the string and every strum of the string, but there's not any high harmonics on the vocal. Those high harmonics, that's 16K and up, sometimes 20K and up, that stuff is going to give you textures in the mid-range for the vocal, and the vocal just has no texture on it. It's got that saturation and proximity effect going on for a lot of it, right? So if you're eating the microphone, you're not going to get all those textures that would make the vocals sound more interesting and more exciting. And we want to make sure we're not doing that. The reggae delays that we have on here, they feel kind of out of place for this song. I'm not saying they're wrong, but it just feels odd to have like highly processed delays in just a ukulele going. I feel like this should be like the acoustic version of this and have a much less treatment on a vocal to match the amount of, well, the lack of treatment on the ukulele, right? That you feel like you're singing this to us in a room as opposed to, you know, having like a delay stomp box in front of you. You got a note that's real flat around the 2-minute 15-second mark. It's the word "yeah," I believe.
Cause she bad, she bad, she bad, she bad, yeah.
That was it. Then y'all adding delays to your guitars? Sometimes, dude. And then when we do those background sounds, right? Like kind of like some oohs and stuff in the background, just pick a vowel and build something that we can add structure to. If you have a lead vocal up the middle and you want to do like a ooh, right? You want to do some straight up classic ukulele line. Do it so that you can do two of them. Make it something repeatable, catchy, that you can do two of them, right? On one side, you're doing the same shit, and then on the other side, you're doing that same shit, and you have two on the outsides, plus a lead vocal going in the middle doing whatever it's doing, and now you have like a stereo blend to play with because you did something repeatable. So creating themes with your ooh lines, your backgrounds, instead of just having them be an afterthought, that could be the thing in the song that makes it stick with people. So always put thought into the oohs and the background sounds you're doing in songs, and finding ways to make them stacked and more just catchier by being a little more repeatable. And that's all I got for you, though. I like this vibe, though. I see where you're going.
We do want to fill our stadium up with our guys. I know that we have a good draw for people from out of town.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Big Duck Energy Music, or as I like to call him.
You know it's Mo, Big Duck Energy Music. Yeah. Thank you for the raid.
Hey, and of course, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Straight up, dude. Straight up. We were doing a Thanksgiving song earlier with this joint.
Happy Thursday.
Hey.
Happy Thursday. Eat some turkey. Yeah. Happy Thursday. Eat some turkey. Yeah. Nobody wants to eat the duck. It's just the turkey. Yeah. Big Duck Energy. Baby.
Yeah. Appreciate you, gang. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a wonderful stream. Hope you have a beautiful Thanksgiving. You and Baby Blade, of course. Hopefully you guys are kicking it, hanging out on the wonderful holiday. Big ups, man. Appreciate you coming through. Now take your ass to sleep. I know you got stuff to do in the morning. You got to cook the bird or something. Whatever you're doing. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I had there for you, Egypt 48. I appreciate you, gang.
Thank you.
Thank you for sending it through. Chloe in the building as well. Happy Thanksgiving. You know what's weird? People here in India celebrating Thanksgiving. Like, who are you celebrating? The British colonizing India? I think they just want to eat a big ass meal, dude. Any excuse. I didn't even know until like this year that Canada had a different one. They have their own Thanksgiving that's like 2 months ago. Had no idea. No clue, dude. Clueless American here. I mean, I didn't assume that other countries even gave a shit about Thanksgiving. I mean, I don't even give a shit about it, to be honest. It's just about kicking it with fam, dude. All right, we got Alisonic right here with Detach. Let's peep game. Let's check it out. Boom, boom. Yep, just make food, eat it. Thanks, Jibbing. That's gonna be the next holiday right there, real Nick Shay.
I'm on Cox and Molly, you are not in my league. I'm gonna shoot you remotely on the beat. Can't mess with my bro, he's a demigod, yo. You can't deal with my clique. 5428 on the feet, the sun is his. It's very crisp. Now we're gonna show you what fear is. We gon' cut you before morning like we're 2MC. Main characters, bitch. We got everything, guns, drugs, and your bitches. I'm rolling up another motherfucker, push him off the bridges. Smoking on my blunt as I'm torturing your cunt. She likes to kiss my pussy after smoking from my blunt. I'm taking one more puff, then smother her while she fingers me. She too hungry and I think I might break free. I'm a scary demon, bitch, try me and I'll break your stitch. Send you to an early grave, welcome to my dark parade. I'm too detached, bitch, don't get too attached. We're unmatched, too smashed to get scratched. Another supply, dreamy greenie has just hatched. My clan is unstoppable, you ready to get dispatched? 5428 in the house, bitch, drop you somewhere in the ditch. Under summer in the bridge, we do the work, now get smished. In the process of delivering stress on your ass. Finesse you like a master, we bring the disaster. You're done, Casper. Smoking on my blunt as I send you to the grave. You were brave, but was it helpful when you end up in a cave? My bros party in a rave, taking everything they crave. 5428 is engraved on our fingers, bitch, behave. We got everything, guns, drugs, and your bitches. I'm rolling up another motherfucker, push him off the bridges. Smoking on my blunt as I'm torturing your cunt. She likes to kiss my pussy after smoking from my blunt. I'm taking one more puff, then smother her while she fingers me. She too hungry and I think I might break free. I'm a scary demon, bitch, try me and I'll break your stitch. Send you to an early grave, welcome to my dark parade. Cash, we got it, hoes, we got 'em guns, we got 'em drugs. Don't need 'em cause we feed with fear. You're to be precise, my dear. Nobody will save you here. 5428 in the clear. 5428 in the crib.
W. I like that. I like the hook a lot on that. That's cool. It's cool. Cool vocal timbre that you have there as well. What's your background doing this shit? Because it sounds like you've been doing music for a while. How long you been singing? How long you been doing all that kind of stuff? But yeah, it has like what up, Mo Jibbah? The vocal textures are really cool. The stacks are dope. Lyrics are nice. Juno, what's good with you? What's good with you, Juno? I think I would just try to make this more aggressive and kind of lean into the aggression. There's the mix leaves a lot to be desired in terms of you've been singing for 22 years, so pretty much since you were 5. W. But yeah, the mix doesn't lean into the aggression that should be there because you have such a smooth tone that you're doing. But the beat should have that aggression. It's a little bit of a the beat mix on it, even though it has like a distorted 808, is still kind of almost bubblegumish, where it's being too nice to your listener. It should really fuck people up. You know what I'm saying? Like the hit on the kick and the clap should make me blink. Nah, no worries. But yeah, kick punch lacking on this, in my opinion. I would layer in a clean kick. I wish that the sub layer of this 808 was a clean sub without the distortion, and I would just be distorting the like low mids and up. So I'd use a distortion on that 150 and up, but not, probably not down low. It feels like the distortion's happening down in the sub range, and that's making that thing sort of almost phase cancel itself out down there. So it's getting a little wobbly in the low end. The clap high harmonics and clap attack are also kind of weird. I would want more texture out of that clap and then a little bit more liveliness off the front end of it to make it feel more exciting once we layer in a kick punch as well. And then the lead vocal itself is kind of lacking in. I don't have all that shit, Juno. You already know that. I don't have those fancy things, dude. I mean, we're not like you out here, dude. But lead vocal kind of lacking in high harmonics as well. And there's some weird like phase cancellation on stacks, so I don't know what's happening there with some of those.
We gon' cut you before morning like we're 2MC main characters, bitch. We got everything, guns, drugs, and your bitches. I'm rolling up another motherfucker, pushing off the bridges, smoking on my blunt as I'm torturing your cunt. She likes to kiss my pussy after smoking from my blunt. I'm taking one more puff, then smother her while she fingers me. She too hungry and I think I might break free. I'm a scary demon, bitch, try me and I'll break your stitch. Send you to an early grave, welcome to my dark parade. I'm too detached, bitch, don't get too attached. We're unmatched, too smashed to get scratched. Another supply, dreamy greenie has just hatched. My clan is unstoppable, you ready to get dispatched? 5428 in the house.
I mean, also there should be a picture of you here, not this, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying. We have to be able to put a face to what's going on here, in my opinion. You could be, a lot more people would like this and would get more exposure, but you don't think that this song is attached to this picture. It's so pro. Yeah.
Bitch, drop you somewhere in the ditch, under somewhere in the bridge. We do the work, not get smished. In the process of delivering stress on your ass, finesse you like a master. We bring the disaster. You're done, Casper. Smoking on my blunt as I send you to the grave. You were brave, but was it helping when you end up in a cave? My bros party in a rave, taking everything they crave. 5428 is engraved on our fingers, bitch, behave. We got everything, guns, drugs, and your bitches. I'm rolling up another motherfucker, push him off the bridges. Smoking on my blunt as I'm torturing your cunt. She likes to kiss my pussy after smoking from my blunt. I'm taking one.
So yeah, it's just making the mix more aggressive, and getting more high harmonics out of there. But all in all, W song. I like the vocals. You know, I think this would be a good lane for you. Definitely do some visuals for shit like this. Definitely do some visuals for shit like this. Put Jibbah's face on there and just go to Jib memes. God damn it, dude. Stop. Don't do that to me. No, do not do that. So yeah. But all in all, W song. I like it. I like what you're working on here. I like what you're working with. Good stuff there, Alisonic. Official. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we got orgies. It's that time of the night for orgies. I'm gonna close this queue. Boom. Someone has your username on Insta? Juno the Mix? Oh, it's probably like a mixed breed dog, bro. Then you got to change it to Juno the Mixer. You know, some shit like that. Some shit like that. That's wild. That is your name? Or it's a mixed breed dog? It's probably both. Boom, 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 boom. Juno the Mixer sounds way better. Wow, dude. Yeah, you can fix it. You can still redo it. Yeah, more people need to come to me for names of things. That's one of my things. Robert says, "I love orgies." Oh, there you go. You saved my IG name. Oh shit, that's goated. Yeah, well, make sure it's available. I got woken up by the queue is closed notification. Oh, I'm sorry. It sends you a noti? Why does it send you a noti? Sorry about that, dude. It like tells you anything I write in here? I apologize, man. You have a skip anyways, Deuce. Also, I'm good with Duskoy. I can never say your name correctly. All right, let's check out what Orgies is working on, dude. It's called Fall in Love. I can't even be in love unless I'm sitting on a love seat. Everyone knows that. It was a Discord, Nody. Got you. P. Jibbah performing Twitch baptisms. My goodness, there's so much going on in that sentence. No one calls me P. Jibbah, first of all. Okay. Number two, I'm not qualified to give baptisms. So I ain't doing that shit. Makes no sense. Robert, who hurt you, man? Don't answer that.
We got the taco.
This is Orgy's love song to Alisonic Official, I think.
Too young to fall in love. Too gone when she's off drugs. Girl, you are all I want. You think you're not enough. Come over when you're drunk. I know that you don't ever wanna be at home. I'm trying not to give up. Sometimes I think that we're too young to fall in love. That we're too young to fall in love. That we're too young to fall in love. I'm young and dumb, I can't fall in love. Cause when I do, I always fuck it up. I try my best, you say it's not enough. If you need me, girl, I'm pulling up. Girl, you know I wanna be with you forever. But I think I was way too young when I met her. I pray to God everything is better. I don't wanna make another love letter. Too young to fall in love. Too gone when she's off drugs. Girl, you are all I want. You think you're not enough. Come over when you're drunk. I know that you don't ever wanna be at home. I'm trying not to give up. Sometimes I think that we're too young to fall in love. That we're too young to fall in love. That we're too young to fall in love. Too young to fall in love. Too gone when she's off drugs. Girl, you are all I want. You think you're not enough. Come over when you're drunk. I know that you don't ever wanna be at home. I'm trying not to give up. Sometimes I think that we're too young to fall in love.
God damn. Was there any reverb on that song? There's a little bit of verb in there. Esam, what's up, dude? There's a lot of verb, dude. Whole lot of reverb on that track. I don't know if you guys can notice that. You don't think it was enough, dude? I thought it was enough. I think there was too much. That being said, it's hard to understand everything you're saying because everything's going through a cathedral Vatican reverb, and then it never goes away, right? That's the first thing I would change in your process. That reverb right there is not making your song sound big. It's making it sound smaller and crowded, and it's not making it sound as professional as it should, right? I want to hear nothing but Do a whole stream like that. I just got in one earbud. I can't tell. Good. That's good that you listen to feedback streams with one earbud on. Perfect, Robert. That's perfect for your mixing chops. I hope you mix with one earbud. Also, I hope you mix with earbuds. It's because I have my shit set on Ken Carson. I'll fix it. Stop using presets. Start mixing with your own shit from like the ground up. Stop using preset vocal chains. You're not gonna learn if you keep using other chains from other things. I had it on the Ken Carson setting, dude. Is this what all Ken Carson songs are like this? I've heard some Ken Carson songs. I don't think he's doing that every time. Just saying. So that being said, God, is that you? I want more low mids in the vocal mix. We thinned it out way too much. It's a good song idea, right? You sound comfortable as a vocalist on here, from what I can actually decipher through the reverb. But I want more of your actual human voice in there, less of just thinning everything out. So I would roll off a lot less and let a little more woofiness come through the vocal. Way too much reverb in the vocals. I wish the vocal saturation was done in parallel as opposed to directly on the signal to give this more control, maintain the depth and the transience of that lead vocal recording, right? The saturation and the reverb together as a combo just makes it so that we take all the exciting things that should be on a vocal take, and it just butter knifes everything and blends everything together. So I just fuck around when I'm drunk. Well, you have something here, so you should lean into learning more about it. And you know, people that are pretty good at making music, and they fall back on the I just fuck around. It's because you don't want to. I was just scrolling through YouTube Reels or whatever, and boom, Jibbs, what's good with you? What up, Chueki? You got to lean into that. You just learn, right? You're better than someone who just fucks around when they're drunk. So let's stop telling ourselves that narrative. We don't want to hear that anymore, because you should be focusing on doing more shit that has a little more structure and getting your mixing right so that we can all appreciate what you're doing. Hey, have a great one, Chueki, and if you happen to celebrate, happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate you saying what's good. We out here on that top tier Ableton game. There you go. That Ableton. Which one do you want now? I have fire music on YouTube. See? That's good. I like that. Yeah, Juno does straight magic on Pro Tools. W. Just fucks around with bots. Okay, there you go. So yeah, I think, you know, doing that saturation on a send and return would make a little more sense. Duly noted. What's good with you, Ableton gang? I see y'all. Also, 12.3 is out now officially. I no longer have to use the beta. Hey, at least I'm open about it. That's true. We do appreciate that. The kick feels wide on this particular beat. I would probably replace that kick with a more mono sounding kick. The way I would do that, if this is a 2-track, I would separate the beat into 2 parts. I'd have a 150 hertz and down version. And then I have a 150 hertz and up version, and I'm sidechaining my new kick through the 150 hertz and down version. So there, that's what I would do. Do you have a Discord link? We do have one. Silky Slim. We did close the queue already tonight, though. FYI. But you are more than welcome to join up in there for the next time we do a feedback stream if you want to send something in, or just to chop it up in there, learn some shit in there, talk shit to the community. But yeah, this is a cool song, Orgies. I do like this idea. But there is also a high mid resonance in the lead vocal, and it's also in the giant reverb. So if you want to use this much reverb, you probably need to sidechain the vocal through the reverb return so that it gets out of the way. It just makes your voice sound close and then really far away. And then there's a wall of reverb that just never leaves us. So to me, the reverb is making it fall short of where it should go, because it's some solid ideas on here, and I like your sound. I just don't like the mix on it so far. So you can get there though, Orgies. I appreciate you, gang. Thank you. Hey, and build your own vocal chain. You'll learn so much doing that. You feel free to go to the mixing video section of the Discord and watch a couple of these videos. All right, go scroll to the top, start with this one, and just watch a couple of these videos and learn a little bit about mixing from people that are better at it than I am. You know what I'm saying? Also, this one right here is for if you don't have any money for plugins. He runs through all the best free ones right there. Bunch of good stuff. Bunch of good shit in there. All right. Who's up next then? Can I share my nephew's music here, who I manage? Yeah. You can for sure. Obviously not tonight because we closed the queue, but I do feedback on Tuesdays and Wednesday nights. Any other night I'm streaming, I'm just in here making music. But then we also have like a self-promo section in here in the Discord that people use quite frequently, actually. It's probably the most active channel. The self-proms, dude. Just always people running it up in here. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Let us know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? So, come on in. Boom, boom. Everybody got permissions? Anyone having trouble with permissions, you let me know. I got you covered. Oh, or Jesus heard him. W. Nightmares open verse. Feel free to let me know if you want to hop on it, and I'll DM the unmastered version. What, you getting a different artist on this joint?
Yeah, I've been having dreams, I don't wanna wake up. I've been having dreams, I wouldn't wake up. My whole world crashing down, my demons won't let me make a sound. Sometimes I don't even wanna wake up. Love it when you come around, but when you leave I feel all alone. Oh, please don't go. I know I have some complications, baby, please don't go. Oh, girl, I know I'm always busy trying to get the money. I'm on go, and girl, I don't wanna know. If you don't love me, baby, keep it on the low. Yeah, I gave my love an envelope. You can keep it, baby, please don't take my soul. Oh, yeah, I've been having dreams, I don't wanna wake up. I've been having dreams, I wouldn't wake up. Crashing down, my demons won't let me make a sound. Sometimes I don't even wanna wake up. Love it when you come around, but when you leave I feel all alone. Yeah, I've been having dreams, I don't wanna wake up. I've been having dreams, I wouldn't wake up. My whole world crashing down, my demons won't let me make a sound. Sometimes I don't even wanna wake up. Love it when you come around, when you leave I feel all alone.
That was fucking loud. That was not controlled enough to be as loud as it was. Let's be honest. That was the first problem there. So right off the rip, pick a vowel. Pick a vowel, right? We don't want to start with poop sounds, like the struggly poop sounds off the beginning on autotune. Right? If we can't write the letter down, we're doing too much. Right? Ooh, ah. Those are all going to sound more natural and sound like someone knows. We're about to hear a vocalist who has experience. If we get an actual vowel, character and conviction again, right? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't think you exaggerated the mouth movements enough. I don't think you showed enough teeth while recording. You sound like you're, sleepy, like off some perks here. And, you know, maybe that's a vibe for some songs. I think this could have been a little more, you know, woken up. It sounds like you recorded yourself and no one's giving you that feedback. Pablo was good. Kick punch is gone. There's no kick punch on this and it needs it. But there's also a big problem here because the bass is clipping a plugin or clipping something and it's causing artifacts. There's this weird shake happening. Make him watch some Whitney videos. Straight up. Whitney, you can always see her teeth in every music video, every live performance. That's training, right? Wasn't she raised by a background singer? I believe so. So that background singers always have good technique. It's hard to blend in with somebody. There she is. Look at the teeth. Yep. But yeah, the lead vocal just needs more control, right? I don't love the saturation on it again. But also like it needs to go through a multi-band to create a little more control of those peaks and valleys there. And then it's just pushed so high up volume wise in the mix, that it's kind of harsh and unpleasant where it is now in the mix. And then, you know, just the main thing is that there's just too much voltage dedicated to bass here and not even the kick, which is odd. Too much voltage dedicated to like some particular notes of the bass. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know what processing happened on the bass sound or the beat itself, or if that's just in the 2-track that you're using. What's up with you, Joe? How you living, man? But yeah, that was weird. So I would try to get a handle of the beat first and then try to control our vocals a little more. And like note I had from earlier is just push yourself to act things out a little more in the booth, so that we believe everything you're saying. And you know, I want it to feel like you believe what you're saying too. And that's what's going to help you separate from just being, you know, a rapper people feel like they've heard before to, you know, someone who they'll really feel like is an artist that has their own sound. Take more vocal risks and do things that are a little different for you. But it starts with more facial expressions. It's getting more animated. Money. I dropped some money. My guy, Joe, hit us with the 5 spot. We're going to you next, Joe. Appreciate you, gang. But Cardo, thank you for sending this through, gang.
Thank you.
Doom, 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 doom. Hey. What you got for us, Joe? Dead and alive. All right. Both dead and alive. Always some bangers from Joe. Let's see what we got cooking here.
Come on. How could you ask for Bitch, I got this feeling that inside my AD is suffocating in the wall. Accept the feeling that I can finally break the curse of my night. It goes on. Picking up the pieces of our time. You are just a bad, I don't do you right. I ain't prepared to do it better than we try.
Hey, fuck yeah, Joe. That's crazy, dog. Nice, dude. Yes. Alessonic, I have not heard Decadence. Nope. I have not. I think I just heard the one from you so far that you sent in today. Yeah, Joe, this is a really cool song. I think the saturation on it and like the extreme push is I would wish there was more clarity on it. I think the saturation is taking away from all the amazing work that you've done here for the sake of that like tone. I would almost want that done like, and I don't know if you, or how are you doing the saturation and everything? Is it on like the stereo bus or is it like a rear bus that you have like you have extra ways of controlling the amount of saturation? I would love to know that. Like, because right here, I like the overall mix balance, like where everything's sitting. I just wish that the saturation was lessened to give us more clarity. Because we're getting that tone. It's Neve 5060. I'll push it through. I push it through. Oh, okay. So it's outboard gear giving that. All right, man. Is there any way to get any of that? Like, I feel like some of the clarity is gone in exchange for the saturation, right? And I know that's like a tone you're going for on this, but this is it's off-putting at first. When you get used to it, it's got that kind of warmth to it, but there's not as much clarity as I would want on like the vocal all the way through. It cuts through on the falsetto, but on like the other voice an octave down, not as much. It's in the stems. I mean, yeah, part of it is also that like that there's a lot of voltage dedicated to that bass line, and then that bass line's catching that saturation, and that kind of muds up a lot of the mid range. So I might even try, if possible, I'd try like side chaining that vocal through the bass sound, just through the area that the bass is overlapping with that lead vocal. That would make a lot of sense if that's why I'm losing lead vocal when you're in that lower octave, but when you're up in the falsetto, I can hear you just fine. I think you're frequency masking it with the saturation on that bass sound. So you can probably get away with, all this if you have paralleling the saturation is not an option if it's printed on the stuff. And that's why you're able to make it so goddamn loud, because you're getting this saturation in the analog side, which is awesome. That's how you get that warmth. You got to really drive into those things and push. But yeah, I think other than that, like, I like it, man. This is a W track. Really cool. I could definitely like make sure. Are you sending things off to get placements like in, movies, TV shows, shit like that? Are you doing that with this project? Evolved Monkey 69 Giggity. What's good with you, gang?
How you doing?
Appreciate the follow. And happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. I'm in touch with some people, yeah. W. Would love to play some in an anime. Hell yeah, man. I mean, just having your stuff like ready for placement. So making sure that when you finalize these joints, have a clean version, have the full version, have an instrumental version and an acapella version. They also want stems too, just in case they want to like break it down. So it sounds like you already have the stems, but whenever you finish your project, make sure you go do that to all your stuff, just so you have that option. And you don't have to go back and do it, and maybe you update your computers and shit like that. Because a lot of the stuff you make is very much something that I could hear getting picked up. And that's how a lot of people would discover you as an artist as well. And it's a good way to make money with this kind of music. because it's dope. It's dope stuff, dude. Always awesome stuff, Joe. I'm a fan. I'm a fan, damn it. I want to go to Joe's studio. All right. I want to run things through a Neve 5060 and use that microphone you're on, dude. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm pulling up at Joe's house, wherever Joe's at. I'm pulling up. We're just gonna play with analog gear the entire. We're not gonna get a song done. I'm just gonna be turning things on and off. Oh, how does this work? Sick. 1 times 462 is the queue big. The queue is so big it's closed. It's actually not that. It wasn't that crazy, but we did close it about an hour ago. Gang, I apologize. Yee. How you living though? 462. How you living? But hey, Joe, I appreciate you, gang. Appreciate the 5 spot coming through, skipping the line. That's my guy.
Thank you.
Said, come around, Jibbs. Well, I don't know where you are in the world. That might not be possible for me. Oh, Germany. Okay, shit. I got a reason to go to Germany now. Pulling up at Joe's house. W, dude. W, Joe. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's see here. Right, we're back here in the regular feedback. We got Unknown Fella with Balance. Joe, you still got room? What up, Ionical? Or Ionical? I never know how to say your name in the first try. I'm sorry. No, I don't think so tonight. I got to go to bed at a decent time because baby girl's been teething and waking us up at 5:30, 6 a.m. like clockwork. So it's already midnight here. I'm gonna be a damn zombie. I got to do a bunch of shit for Thanksgiving, cooking up tomorrow. So I want to be available. I got to dad it up. All right, this is Balance from Unknown Fella and Kiat. Appreciate you guys.
Balance, no bass, you better be afraid. Not hot, not great, you never been this way. Balance, no bass, you better be afraid. Not hot, not great, balance. Balance.
Bitches.
Balance.
I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous.
Balance.
I ain't trying to play my games.
Balance. Balance, no bass, you better be afraid. Not hot, not great, you never been this way. Balance, no bass, you better be afraid. Not hot, not great, you never been this way. Balance, no bass, you better be afraid. Not hot, not great, you never been this way. Balance, no bass, you better be afraid. Not hot, not great.
You know what I'm trying to say?
finish line, we be gunning.
Balance.
Absolutely, man. I told you when I first heard this that it reminded me of fucking Party Rockers. And he said, motherfucker, why would you compare it to that? And lo and behold, it's the one that people listen to the most. People like that simple shit, bro. It doesn't have to please producers. It has to please people that don't make music. It reminds me of that fucking Party Rockers anthem. It also reminds me of Flat Beat from Mr. Oizo. One of the first uses of wub wubs. Totally reminds me of Flat Beat. This is my slap back in the day. That pump is going wild, dude. Fuck yeah. So yeah, definitely do some, if people would like this shit. So you're comparing my track to a Brain Rot House, get it. Now I'm comparing the vibe of like something being simple and having that kind of bop to it. 68 million views. That's okay. That's okay. All right. You do the right thing to promote certain things. I'm just saying, you do the right thing to promote shit, and you don't have to work in the kitchen anymore. You know what I'm saying? Lean in and make more shit like this. Make more shit like this one, man. People like this kind of shit, and this could be a good lane, easy for you too. It doesn't always have to be you know, the hardest thing in the world. Definitely, the first thing you need to do though is make short form content around like a certain section of the song with people falling down. Like, there's so many like viral videos of people like slowly falling down. Like, slowest fall ever. The slowest fall ever. Dude, you could hire someone on Fiverr to get this together, mash this together for you in 3 minutes. If you only had time for it, you could do it while you're watching a stream. You could watch this guy fall for slowest fall ever. It's only 6 seconds. There's no way. Okay, there's one you can use, right? Another one. Oh, he's going. Oh. Hey, Carmen, appreciate the follow. Let us know, Carmen.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Muito feliz com a escolha dela.
She hit that super slow.
Tomara que a Júlia seja muito feliz com a escolha dela.
Why'd she fall like that? What the fuck? That was weird. Yeah, you can use all these.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Oh, yeah, hit that bit with it. Hit that with it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Okay. There's an example. You put 4 of those together, you got 30 seconds. This guy's probably spending forever to fall. When does he actually eat shit? Oh! This is perfect content for it. Perfect, dude. You edit this guy into short form, just straight up and down, with your song playing in the background. Easy work, dude. Easy work. It already makes itself. Wait till the balance comes in though.
Balance, no bass, you better be afraid. Not hot, not great, you never been this way. Balance, no bass, you better be afraid. Not hot, not great. Balance.
Close, I almost nailed it.
Balance.
Right? Dude. Easy short form content. Do a bunch of different versions of that. That could just be a theme. And maybe people on TikTok pick it up and start using that song for people falling down, those kind of fails. People tumbling downstairs, dude. Skaters eating shit. Bikers eating shit. There should be different, you should do different versions of it. One should be like all bicyclist fails. One should be all just people walking, fucking up. There's so much content there for that song. I think you need to lean into that while it's got some traction right now. Definitely something you can do there. All right, we got Illy. And then Duly Noted taking us home. Let's check it out. Illy Urban. This is Light Switch.
Last night was the best night I ever had. I'm really high that I think. Yeah, last night was the best night I ever had. I'm really high, but I'm at you. That I'm so glad. I don't know, but I don't feel so wrong. That's cause I lost what's wrong. Just give me one more song. Just give me one more song. Cause you got me like a light switch. On and off like light switch. You got me going crazy. Yeah. Cause you got me like a light switch. On and off like light switch. You got me going crazy. Cause you got me like a light switch. On and off like light switch. You got me going crazy. Yeah. Cause you got me like a light switch. On and off like light switch. You got me going crazy. Life was so low, but you have made my life switch. Put on the show, a side of you, my mind switch. All they spend, but tonight we're both rich. Your existence was up on that one edge. I just wanna know if you're high or low. Is that a yes or no? If it is, then let's go. I just wanna know if you are high or low. Is that a yes or no? If it is, then let's go. Last night was the best night I ever had. I'm high, but I met you. That makes me glad. I don't know, I feel so wrong. Cause our love just feels so strong. Oh, just give me one more song. Just give me one more song. Cause you got me like a light switch. On and off like light switch. You got me going crazy, yeah. Cause you got me like a light switch. On and off like light switch. You got me going crazy. Cause you got me like a light switch. On and off like light switch. You got me going crazy, yeah. Cause you got me like a light switch. On and off like light switch. You got me going crazy.
Yeah, man. Is Illy still here? Do we know? Is Illy still in the building? Illy Urban? I think maybe. Yeah, so I want to know what's the effect on the dubs right now? That's the dubs are like the main issue, I think, with this joint. The dubs need to help build up the lead vocal, and right now they're kind of distracting from the lead vocal. There's like a weird, it's like we have like a you know, what's that called, like the Alter Boy style plugin where we have extra things. It's putting in extra harmonics that shouldn't be there. But I mean, it's fine. It's like a weird texture, but I think it needs to be kind of dialed back a little bit in terms of the mix. And try to make sure the timings line up a little better with the lead vocal. They're taking focus away from the lead vocal, but I'm not mad at them being there. I just want them to feel like they're behind the lead vocal, and there to support it. And so maybe you have to move around some timings to make sure the timings are tighter on those to match them up with the lead vocal. Are we using a drum bus here? Is this a 2-track? What's the story with the beat? I'd love to know. It feels like there's no drum bus happening, if I had to guess, and the drums could use some glue, some kind of light compression to feel like they all have the same sort of signal to them, or the same sort of signature on them, or some, you know, light tape style saturation, just to bring have these things hold hands a little better. Probably a single band limiter as well. There's artifacts on the kicks around the 1 minute mark. Happens like 3 times. Like it's almost like we've sliced the beginning of a kick drum sample and we didn't notice we did that, and then we didn't drag the beginning back, and it just kind of pops in. We've all been guilty of that before if we're not directly lined up on the grid. That sounds like that's what's happening there. Otherwise, a plugin is clipping. Something's happening here. Right there. And again, so 3 times right there at the 1 minute mark within that 5 seconds. Big thing for you as a vocalist, if this is you singing, smile when you sing and act shit out way, 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 way more. You gotta find a way to just remember that you're an actor when you're on the mic, and you know, if it's a love song, then we need to feel some of that, you know, some of that pain or that joy in your voice. It's just you have one steady character all the way through, and there's no dynamics to the character. So there's a lot more ways you could act this out. It has the you know, I recorded myself vibe to it. So we got to make sure we're switching hats when we record songs by ourselves. And we're listening from a producer standpoint. Could I have done that better? Could I have done that with more character? Could I have acted that out more? Do I really believe the shit I'm saying? Will people believe this when they hear it? Right? I don't want it to hear like you're just singing a song. I want it to sound like you're giving us a full-on performance, right? And the way to make it more performative is to add more character into it, and that's to use more facial expressions, more body language. If it's an angry line, you better look angry when you're saying it. If it's a happy line, you better look eyebrows up happy when you're saying it. And just that's why smile when you sing is so important, because it makes people exaggerate everything, and get your lips out of the way and give us more out of your instrument. So definitely lean into that. The snare could have a transient designer on it, in my opinion, and get a little more attack out of that joint. And then the kind of guitar that's driving the rhythm, I would try like an aural exciter type of plugin on there to see if I can kind of get some more harmonics out of that, to make that feel a little more exciting and have a little more texture and cut through the mix a little more. Duly noted. What's a good transient shaper? I like using the Waves Smack Attack. You'll see me using that anytime you see me making stuff. I use it like on everything. Yeah, I'm using it right here on this little, I got lazy here. Yeah, Smack Attack, it's right here. And I use it for, you have Waves Ultimate, so you have this then. So I'm using it here to give me, because this is this little, okay, that's what it is without it on. I'm backing off the sustain to shorten these notes on the hi-hat. Right? Right, big time there. I like this one too because you can like really dial it in. I use it on literally every drum sound. I backed off the attack on that snare. I'm probably giving this clap more attack. No, didn't need more. I usually do it on the kicks. Yep, I back off the sustain on my kicks. Having like a really fast kick. Yeah, I use it on individual sounds. I never even use it on the drum bus. I'll dial it in on every individual sound. So like my kicks, instead of my kick feeling like wumpy, even though it's a quicker kick sound, right? Underwater Squirrel 21. This man is the future. Let's say that correctly though. Underwater Squirrel. Okay. Also W name.
Oh yeah. This man is the future. Underwater Squirrel.
Also, happy Thanksgiving, dude. Yeah. So, if my kicks are doing this, right? I know I want to get this mix loud. So, I want to back off the sustain on there, right? I want them to be faster. That will change your mix a lot more than you think. Because if we're not asking our limiters and other processing, that was sick as fuck. Happy Thanksgiving. Hell yeah. Big dubs. Big dubs, Underwater Squirrel. You got a great name. Appreciate you coming through, saying something. Yeah, but having a shorter kick is going to give you more clarity in your mix. Like a lot of times people have these long ass kicks because they sound cool as samples, but when it's actually practically working together with a bass line, you don't need all that shit in there, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Go cook you some turkey. Make you some turkey today. Yeah. Or make some duck. It's all good. It's all good.
You know what I mean? We over here jamming once in a while. Sometimes you gotta just jam. Sometimes you gotta just jam. But that's all I got for you, Illy Urban. I appreciate you, gang.
Thank you.
Hopefully Illy Urban watches the VOD later. I think they fell asleep on us. Hey. All right. And bringing us home, we got Duly Noted. Oh, Carmen, if you're having trouble getting in the Discord, you gotta have an avatar image. I'm so sorry for that. It won't let you in without an avatar image. That is the reason it's kicking you out. I apologize for that. Boom, 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 boom. So, just any avatar image, Carmen, it's gonna let you in. Where in the world is Carmen Tran? All right. We got Duly Noted, bringing us home. Won't forget you. I certainly won't. Let's run it up. Yeah, man. All right. Yes. Very cool, dude. That little chord progression you have there with those like kind of stuttering synths, it's very much like an 80s action movie. That's the vibes I got right there. Yeah, I think most of this is just about making the mid-range feel more intentional and exciting with your drums, man. You've done a good job with the melodies, bass, everything has good balance. It just doesn't feel like we have enough focus on making sure the sounds that force people to want to dance to this shit and make a decision whether they like it or not are actually sharp enough and cutting through the mix. So I think I don't know. I have a couple things. So I first few notes just off listening, I said I would use that Smack Attack, that plugin, that Transient Designer, to get more attack on this clap sound and potentially shorten the clap sound, right? The main clap you're using. The hi-hats also could use more attack, right? We're kind of missing the initial transient on those hi-hats. And sometimes shortening hats can help the mix feel better as well. But that's kind of seasoned to taste there. The build snares before we come into an actual drop have attack issues as well. So now this makes me think maybe this is happening on the drum bus, right? So maybe I would double check if you have a compressor on your drum bus that is potentially grabbing a hold of the signal too quickly. So you may have to back off the attack setting and allow more of these initial transients through. So you either the release is too long or the attack is too fast on that, if you have a compressor on your drum bus, and that's kind of pulling the life out of your drum performance, because it's not letting those initial exciting transients through the mid-range actually pop through the mix and feel like there's some sharp peaks going on where we want them on those sounds that are nice and exciting. But great sonic separation of the melodic elements, and the only real like other mix thing besides just making sure that we don't lose those exciting transients, kick, clap, or snare, hi-hats, make sure those are very intentional with this style of music. Make sure that they're cutting through the mix, and people have to make a decision whether they like this or not, because those are heard, right? And those are felt and heard. And a lot of that is just transient designing each individual sound. You should really get into transient designing each individual drum sound and see where that starts to take your mixes and your productions. It's going to kind of elevate your sound, because you're going to be listening for that, using it as a tool. I use it as much as I use an EQ. I use that shit. So, and people are like, how do you get your mixes to punch like that? It's just transient designing things, man. It's huge. There is some high mid resonance in the held notes, and the held notes on the female vocal that we're using, and you end up chopping and stuttering here. It's just something in that like 1K to probably 3 or 4K range. It's not the most offensive thing in the world, but there is something in there that I would try to deal with. But all in all, man, it's a W track. I like what you got going here, man. It's nice. Duly noted.
Thank you.
Thank you to you, gang. Appreciate you, man. And I appreciate everybody who hung out with your boy on this pre-Thanksgiving. All right. We had some fun. We had a lot of fun over here. But I'm about to take my ass to sleep. I'm gonna probably raid somebody real quick. We got like 5 of us in here or something. You know what I'm saying? We can go raid somebody before it goes to ads. Boom. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. I'll be back on Friday night cooking up some stuff of my own, making music. I appreciate y'all, man. Have a good one. Have a good time with your families. Be kind to yourself and everybody else. Until next time. Peace. We're gonna raid it out. Come on with me. Let's go say what's good to Mike. You can send him your songs too if you'd like to. He does the same shit. Big ups. Appreciate y'all, gang. Peace, peace. Boom, boom.